Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Oh wait, I forgot to update the ticker, Peter. Now I realize. Can we go to the plain broadcast one down the bottom, number 9? Thank you. That's all.
Was that the old one?
Yeah, that was the old one.
Okay.
I'm rusty. Yeah, I didn't update that. Anyway, 16th of March. Hi everyone. Welcome. We know there's stuff that people want to talk about today, so we are going to do that. There was a little bit of mistakes on our part. I'll concede to that. We could have done a better job of managing those expectations around our year 1 celebration stream. But we'll talk about that in a second. But some changes did happen today. So we'll do those first. Then I'd like for us to have a discussion about all of that stuff. Okay? Just so we're clear as to what's happening. All right.
Let's talk about what's going on right now in the
game. We'll talk about today first, Yannick. So we had a maintenance this morning, right?
Yeah, we had the maintenance. So we fixed a couple of things. I mean, we looked at the healing scoring again, and there were still some cases of healing scoring in last stand that were a bit problematic. So we addressed that. And we had a bunch of fixes. I didn't list all of them here, but a bunch of fixes for revive issues, as this has been one of the most annoying bugs that the community has been bringing up. So we've had a bunch of fixes for revive not working with defibrillator, revive not working when you're being under shock effect, revive not working for other thing I can't remember, and some safeguards and everything. So hopefully this should help with the revive bug or revive bugs, because it's not like there's one bug with revive. But please do let us know. Do let us know if you're actually finding more issues with revive, because there might still be other cases that are leading to revives not working.
All right. So one of the things that I think people, I saw a lot of people talking about, oh, they're not going to support the game in year 2. Yeah. Firstly, the stream we did last week, we always intended for it to be kind of like a year 1 celebration stream, as we had said. It was a little bit, I think, maybe naive of us to think that people wouldn't view it as a year 2 announcement stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I can understand that. But I think people have read a lot of things like, this is everything on offer for year 2. It was never our intention to make last Wednesday's stream an exhaustive list of everything that people would be receiving in year 2, as we didn't, and we didn't do that for the launch of the game either. So there's still a lot to talk about, and we will continue to talk about those things every state of the game that we do. One of the things that I saw people asking was, are they going to do a state of the game for year 2? Of course.
Of course.
That's always been our commitment.
We'll keep doing that.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to stop. I think this is one of the cool things about our community, is that we get to do this every week and talk with you guys. Yeah. We want to do that. Sometimes that will be not good news. Like we've said, there was, especially during 1.3, we had a lot of those state of the game streams where we had, we won't have an announcement every week. Basically, every Thursday, we're not going to be able to show up and have 52 weeks of announcement streams.
That would be great.
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
Can you make it happen?
No.
Damn.
We can't.
All right.
We can't.
Damn. All right. Guys, please be respectful of other people in chat.
Yannick's stats. Yes, Yannick's stats would be good every week.
Yes.
That's
there you go. And also, Breezy's in chat. Hey, man. Welcome back. We missed you again.
Good to have you back.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's always good to see a friendly face. That being said, I was talking about it a second ago before I kind of derailed, with people asking, are they going to even fix a lot of the existing issues? We've, read about it in chat, we've heard about it on podcasts, we've seen it in videos, we've seen it on forum threads and Reddit threads and all these sorts of things. Yes, we are continuing to support the game, continuing to fix everything as best we can. Yeah. And specifically right now, we're looking at a few of the things. Stagger has been one of the big contenders. Guilty as charged. I was rocking the Sausage Striker build before it was cool. I have since stopped.
Before it was cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I think, and that's what you said. That's important. And I just want to spend one more minute on that. But I've seen people say like, What makes me sad about last week, not me, but
Yeah.
what people were saying, what makes me sad about last week is to know that the issues we have in the game right now are the issues that's going to be there forever because they will not address it. Because they perceived last week as like, okay, we are pulling the plug and we are not going to fix the game. That's not the case. We are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So we are going to still be doing balancing, doing bug fixing, and adding things to the game and all of that. We are still going to be doing that. So as you said, Stagger, the issues with like AIRBURST SEEKER Mine now, and all these kind of things are things that we're all like still going to be looking at. And it's, for us, it's kind of business as usual. So there's nothing that changes here.
But I am sympathetic to the way that people read the stream last Wednesday. My bad, sorry. But we don't intend for it to be year one had all this stuff, year two, nothing. That's not the way things are going.
Yeah.
We will continue to give you news as we get it, when we can. That doesn't mean that every Thursday there will be new news, like I said before. But there's going to be a lot to talk about this year.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we continue to talk about it. Someone said we want a little less talk and a lot more action. I get your frustration. But this is a talk forum.
I don't know what kind of action you want in the state of the game, though.
Live programming. No, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to take the piss, but I get what you mean. You want to see results. Like today, we fixed a lot of the revive stuff, and there will be more of those things.
Of course,
coming. So we said Stagger was under investigation.
Yes.
AIRBURST SEEKER Mines. Yannick wrote Seeker Mines, but let's not worry about that.
Seeker with double K.
Yeah, there you go. So, do we have any ideas about how we're going to deal with those guys?
I mean, there's the Stagger that is problematic, but we're also looking at potentially kind of the same way that we dealt with a cluster, which was like moving some of the damage from the direct damage explosion to the fire effect, something I don't know, the bleed effect, and with AIRBURST we're looking at doing something similar also, so they become less bursty and more over time damage.
All right, spawn camping.
Spawn camping is an issue. It's something that has been brought up a lot on Last Stand. When you're basically pushing the other team so far that you take control of their main points, then they can only respawn at the starting location. So then you can camp them there. So that's something we're looking at to try to kind of improve the way the game detects that you're actually being spawn camped to offer you better alternatives, so you can actually spawn in other locations if somebody is like camping this spawn point. So that's something we're also looking at.
Okay. Cool. We've got a few more things here. What do you mean specifically by talents?
What do you mean by talents? Why did you write talents in the notes?
You wrote talents.
So there's some talents that obviously don't work properly or that are like not really useful. And we want to look at that. We talked about shrapnel that doesn't work with Predator, for example.
That would be really cool if it did.
Yeah, so that's something we want to look at. The other one that I forgot the name of, the one that increases blind fire.
Oh, the blind fire accuracy talent? I can't remember the name of it.
Blind fire accuracy talent.
Desperate Times.
That's the one. Doesn't work.
No one uses it.
So
I don't know.
We'll have to look at these kind of things. But yeah, that's also something that's on the list. On the list of things. We're investigating medkits also.
Yes, because I mean, I agree, medkits are pretty underwhelming right now.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking at those that for an upcoming update. Again, we don't have an ETA on that. Just because we're talking about it now doesn't mean that it will be next Thursday.
Yeah.
But medkits for sure are being looked at.
Yeah. And then, anything that is relating to lag and latency also, of course, because people have been talking about that. So we had fixes last week already about the matchmaking in Last Stand to limit or to add more importance to like where you're actually sitting in the world in the matchmaking, to make sure that you're actually matchmade with people from your region to limit the lag. That helped with the poor connection to host server issue. But any new reports of lag or anything that you guys are experiencing, please do let us know. Yeah. And we definitely want to look at that.
Very good. All right, I said I was guilty of stuff before. Nimble is one of them. I love that talent, but I have admitted I think it's a bit OP.
It's something we probably need to look at.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what we want to do about it. this is not like nimble nerf incoming
No,
or
no,
whatever. We'll see. But we probably need to look at that.
But yeah, there could be some changes coming to
But on the other hand, if we manage to do something about medkits, hopefully the healing should be a bit better.
Exactly. I agree, Yannick. I concur with everything. Okay, so like we mentioned before, the whole thing that the community is talking about right now is the year 2 announcement, which, to be fair, wasn't something that we intended to frame this as. I guess in our minds, we weren't announcing year 2.
No.
I mean, other than saying, hey, look, we're here, we're still going to be around, and there are things coming. From our perspective, we haven't announced that stuff just yet.
Yeah.
Would you say that's kind of fair? I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but.
No, but the thing is just that what we wanted to do, and again, obviously that was a wrong assessment from us, from our side, but what we wanted to do with this stream was reassure you on the fact that there is stuff coming with year 2, but yes, we did not look at it as this is the year 2 reveal stream.
No,
and
of course.
That's where I think there was a lot of confusion, and that's where we didn't approach it correctly, because yes, we didn't foresee that this was how people were going to perceive it, which is why some people have been saying that it was very vague and we didn't really give any details.
That's fair. I mean, I would say it was
yeah, again, our goal was just to tell you, guys, happy 1-year anniversary. And by the way, good news, we're going to do more stuff for year 2.
Yes.
It's all going to be free. Here's some things that we're working on. And here are also some things that we cannot do, because that was one of the main reasons why people were upset also, because we wanted to set a framework of what can and cannot be done. So we talked about there's not going to be a big story expansion with new name zone and all of that, and that's something that people reacted very strongly to, and we can understand that.
Definitely.
But we wanted to be very clear about that, because we didn't want to promise something or to hint at things that would lead you to believe that this is what's happening, knowing that we're not doing it. So that was one thing where we wanted to be very clear about it. But that doesn't mean that everything in between is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's where maybe we were definitely not clear enough on the things that we are actually considering. So yeah,
there you go.
all bad.
Yeah, no, I get both sides of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But like I said before, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be. You guys are stuck with us. I know that makes some people unhappy, but we're going to continue to try and do our best. Not just from a development standpoint, but from a communication standpoint as well. I'm pretty proud of what we did during year 1. We knocked out a bunch of these streams. I don't think this is that common in the industry, if I am being honest, but I think it's important. I think it's important that we show up every week, even when stuff is not great, because I think that our community deserves that. The feels,
The feels.
But it is important.
Yeah.
You have to agree with that. I don't think anyone can disagree. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think that you can just not show up. You have to be there, because otherwise, who would not want us to show up and even just tell you what's going on as best we can?
To be fair, we didn't show up last week though, during the State of the Game.
Well, I was sick because of Peter.
Because of Peter.
I didn't feel great.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean, definitely.
Yeah.
But yes, again, the goal was to reassure you on the fact that there is a year 2, there's going to be stuff coming, what can and cannot be done, and also give you examples. And so we talked about what's coming with the first drop, the first update that's scheduled for this summer, and we talked about loadouts, feats, and seasons. And obviously we put an emphasis on loadouts, because we think that's something cool. That's something that's you guys 2 weeks ago, people were asking for, and we're like, hey, we're going to show that we're doing it, and then everybody's like, oh my god, loadouts is just the only feature that they're going to do. And
that's not true.
I mean, we just wanted to highlight it because we think that's
cool. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's true. It is going to be very cool.
But yeah, of course, we don't consider that to be the main feature of the update. Of course not. That's just, we thought it was cool to show it. So yeah, that was one of the examples. And yes, we talked about seasons and feats. These are the main things that are coming in the first update. But again, as a reminder, what's coming, what we did announce for year 2, and just to be very clear, we said there would be 2 updates, one in summer and one later in the year.
Yeah, that is true. Sorry, you finished that thought, because I want to add something to that afterwards. Keep going.
Okay. No,
that was it?
But I mean, then I can keep listing what we've said. But
please, no, you keep going.
All right. No, so we said there will be 2 updates. The first update in summer that will include loadouts, feats, seasons.
Yeah.
Another update that will come later on, and this one we haven't said what's going to be in there. And the reason why we haven't said what's going to be in there is that because we're still working on all the details. It's still like there's still a lot of discussions in terms of, okay, what can we put in there and everything.
Yep.
So we don't have any details that we want to commit with right now. We'd rather just keep working on it and then come back to you when we have more concrete information on what's going to be in the second drop.
Exactly. So I mean, kind of well, it's not intended by the community, but people who have been outspoken about what they feel about may or may not have been communicated last week. We're looking at everyone's conversations, especially since that second update is one of those things that we're still, finalizing things. We are listening, is my point.
Yeah.
So don't stop having conversations or suggestions or those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Try and keep it constructive, of course, all the time, but don't. It would be a shame. The thing that kind of scares me about the reaction from last week is I don't want people to disengage. I want us to continue to have conversations because like I've always said, if you have a reaction or you have feelings about stuff, that's much better than being apathetic. We don't want people to just disengage because there's still a lot to come.
Yeah. Another thing that we've said, and I've seen somebody saying summer is way too far away. That's true, summer is far away, but we need to work on this update and we need to make it. But one thing that's also that we mentioned, and I don't know how much people actually heard that, is that there's going to be other smaller updates and smaller patches that are going to happen in between. These are the 2 bigger ones that are going to happen, but we're still going to have other patches that are going to be bringing like more bug fixing, more balancing, and also some quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
So as a matter of fact, there is one of them that we're working on right now that is going to be dropping before the summer update.
Yes.
So there will be a patch between now, like a client patch that's going to have bug fixing and balancing and all of that, between now and the summer update. So there's going to be something that hopefully already is going to can address the game a bit before the summer update.
Yeah, I think that's important. The thing that if you are paying close attention, these types of patches that are coming between those big updates, we're doing it a little bit differently in year 2. Because there is, I mean, maybe people don't really notice or particularly is that interesting. I think it's interesting. We're separating the bigger updates with changes and features and that sort of thing from the bug fixing type updates. Yeah. Because that allows us to be more focused in the way that we develop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think is going to lead to a better product, which is cool.
I've seen somebody in chat. Sorry, I didn't pick your name, saying, but like, should we be excited about bug fixing? No, but some people have said that they think we are not even going to fix bugs anymore. We are. We are going to be doing patches. Again, we're not trying to hype you by saying, oh my God, bug fixing patches. No, but just to let you know that we're going to keep working on this game.
Also, look at chat. A lot of the conversation is, well, not just chat, but like, the forums and other places that people are having conversations. It's focused around bugs a lot of the time. So, and we want to address those things. So I think while bugs aren't like sexy and exciting, I think they're important.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing that also has been mentioned a lot, and I see some people asking in the chat as well, is that will there be a gear score increase? Or will there be new weapons? Will there be new gear sets? Because some people also thought that this was also off the table.
Yeah, it's not off the table.
It's not. It's
definitely not.
It's something that we can definitely do. Weapons and gear sets, definitely. New items, new things like that, absolutely. That's just, as we said, that's business as usual. That's the kind of things that we can add with new updates. Gear score increase, I don't know if we will do it or not.
If it makes sense.
But if it makes sense, yes. But that's not something that we're discarding, saying, no, there's not going to be a gear score increase. I mean, there might be. We might do one if we think that we should do one.
Yeah, if it's the best for the community, we will do those things.
Yeah, with new world tier, somebody asking new world tier. Yeah, maybe. But that's the kind of things that is in the realm of things that we can do, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. What else do we have
Trying to
in
read
here?
some of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to read a little bit. Someone's saying, are we going to get Seeker back? Well, I mean, probably not Seeker the way it was, but
Not the way it
like we
was, but
said,
yeah.
like new gear sets, new weapons, like these things, like
Yeah.
year 2 is a bevy of possibilities.
Yeah.
So I understand that last week that may not have seemed to be apparent to people. I get that. But we are here and there will be a lot of new stuff coming in year 2.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What else do we have here?
Trying to read some of the comments. But yeah.
Ninja Bike Backpack. Oh, Ninja Bike Backpack. That one.
Why loadout has to wait until summer? I know that, some people have been commenting also on that. Like, we showed the loadout feature and people were like, it works. Why do we have to wait to get it? It doesn't.
That doesn't work. That's a
good.
very...
watch the stream again. You will see that I was struggling a bit with it.
Yeah.
Some
was not
things
ready.
were not really working. It's still, no, the thing is, it's not finished. It's not finished. We have a functioning version in the game right now, like in the internal build. But that kind of shows you also the amount of time that we need between like starting to implement something and the time we can actually release it. So we have a functioning version, but it's still bugged. It's not finalized. There are still a lot of edge cases where it's not going to work, or like we need to consider all the cases to make sure it works. And then we need to test it. Then we need to whatever, like submit it, all these kind of things. We also want to put that on PTS, so that adds more time and all these kind of things. So that's why it's going to take. That's why it's going to take some time until we can release it.
Yes.
Just because we showed it in gameplay in a build doesn't mean that it's ready to ship. It's
Definitely not.
No, it's not.
No,
yet.
it's there's a lot that wasn't in that feature that you saw. So it needs work. Definitely needs work, especially when we can spell alpha correctly. That would be great.
Somebody asking for PTS for console. Yeah, we talked about that in the stream last time, last week, and that's still definitely something we want to do. Yes, we will be doing PTS on console. I just don't know when the next PTS is going to be. Definitely for the summer update. I don't know if we will do a PTS for the smaller patch before the summer update. We'll see. But and I don't know if alpha alpha with an F. That was one of the issues with the loadout. But yes, for PTS, there will definitely be a PTS for the summer update. There may be a PTS for the smaller patch in between. I don't know if this one will be on console or not, but the summer update definitely will be.
Definitely will be. Cool.
At least
that's
the goal.
First time I'm hearing. But cool.
No, that's the goal.
Yannick's gonna get fired if it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I didn't claim.
When are we getting infos on the coming updates? So that's the thing. It's like so far we can tell you about the first one. Again, loadouts, feats, seasons, probably some other things as well. Like I don't know, items or whatever. But the main features being this. And we're not ready to talk about the second update yet. So that's the only thing. And I see some people being disappointed. I see some people being like, why don't you tell us everything that you're going to do in year 2?
Even the first update, we don't have everything that we want to tell you about that yet. Like seasons, we've got to have a bigger conversation about that sort of stuff as well. But there will be a special report dedicated to those things. And hopefully some more information before that.
We will talk about it. But right now we're just ready to commit to what's coming with the first update.
Yes. All right. So someone was asking before, is this going to be in podcast format? Yes, always. I'll throw this up as a podcast
it will be.
after this, so you don't feel like you've missed anything. But yeah, I mean, we can hang out and read chat for a little bit longer, but we don't really have, again, a lot more to tell you today.
Yeah. There's just a couple of things I wanted to mention. So yes, I talked about that, but yes, there is another patch coming before the summer update. And the other thing I wanted to bring up, because Julian talked about that last week, and I just wanted to confirm that yes, we will also be organizing an elite task force here at Massive.
Great. Fantastic.
And I don't have a date yet, when and how we're going to do it, what kind of format and everything. But yes, we definitely want to organize an elite task force because yes, we want to take the time to sit down with our community and have a chat about things we're working on and what we should do and everything.
Exactly.
So more information on that, hopefully in the next state of the games. Maybe not the next one.
Not next week, but
we're going to
lots of
organize
things.
that.
I always will notice when people ask for a new exotic bolt action sniper. I see you, chat. I agree. Year 2, this is my mission, making this M44 happen.
Somebody's bringing up a good point, saying why would you do an ETF? It's just here to test for bugs or whatever. That's one thing we want to do a bit differently. We want to try to bring the ETF as early as possible so we can have more early on discussions about design decisions rather than actually just testing, which is not, to be fair, which is not what the previous elite task force have been doing also. They've not just been sitting here and testing a build. We've also had discussions about some design decisions and all of that, some workshops and things like that. We've had discussions. Some people have been talking about the last elite task force and how much of their feedback got actually implemented in the in Last Stand. And while it's true that the timing of the last elite task force did not allow for all of their feedback to be implemented in the Last Stand update, that's true. We had also a bunch of discussions for things after Last Stand. We had discussions about potential improvements, potential things that we could do also with the Dark Zone and all of that. And we made it very clear back then that these were discussions for the longer run. So there are still things that have been discussed with the second elite task force that are not yet implemented in the game, but that will be coming to the game later on. Yes. So, yeah, even if an elite task force is focused on one update, all the discussion that we have can also have an impact on things that arrive later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think from our perspective, we want to do, well, as best we can to make things like the elite task force even more valuable during year 2. And we want to make sure that we continue to do what we've done in year 1, and from a communications perspective, for you guys, better and better. So again, I think we could have done better last Wednesday, of course, but...
Yeah, I mean, we agree with you. Obviously,
we agree.
There was a big difference between what we thought this stream was going to be and what you thought this stream was going to be, and that's our fault, because we should have anticipated that better.
No, that's true. But here's the other side of that, devil's advocate. It wouldn't have changed. It would have changed the way we communicated what we did, but it wouldn't have changed what we communicated.
Yeah.
So again, for some people, and we will obviously, and I notice a lot of people coming in before these types of streams being like, tell us these things. Sometimes we can't. And sometimes those pieces of news that you want to hear don't exist yet, or they will never exist. Yeah. But we will always do our best to be here to tell you what's going on. And I know that that's not going to be enough for some people, sometimes. I hope it's enough for a lot of people most of the time. But again, we'll continue to do our best. Whether or not people believe that's another thing. But that's what we'll try and do. Yeah. Until Yannick rage quits and flips this table.
Why another ETF? Just bring back the first ETF crew. We are still talking with the other ETF, the first ETF and the second ETF. We have ETF forums where we have discussions with them regularly. So we did not discard them, and now we have a new one. Definitely not. And we are looking at how we can involve the previous ETF in the discussion with the new ones. The idea with the ETF is that it's a group that we want to keep growing over time. Yeah. So we keep adding new people to it, but the people that were part of it previously are always going to be part of the ETF as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, agreed. Okay, all right, I think that's about it for today. Anything else before you want to head off? Any words of wisdom, Yannick?
I'm trying to think of something super deep, but I don't.
I don't know.
No, again, I think the most important is that yes, we understand the reaction that there was to the stream. We understand that. We are not saying that you guys are wrong. We are not saying that you guys got us wrong. We're saying that we should have done a better job at explaining what we wanted to do. But then, yeah, as you said, that doesn't change also the news that we have to bring you. That doesn't change the fact that so far we are not talking about the second drop. There will be a second drop. That's the most important. and that doesn't change the fact that, yes, of course, we still are working in a framework, and there are just some things that we cannot deliver. And as much as we would like to tell you, hey, actually, it was just a joke, and we're actually doing everything that you want.
It's a joke.
No.
You're getting everything. You're getting raids. You're getting like new zones, and like, and you're getting it all for free. That's not news that we have for you, unfortunately.
But there are still a lot of
awesome.
things, really a lot of things to look forward to with this game. So yes, there's going to be a lot of additions and a lot of things we're going to be bringing.
Yep. And as soon as we can tell you about those things, we will.
Yep.
All right. Did you guys discuss the revive issue? Yes, we did. There was a lot of fixes for that today.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of the fixes.
There were fixes, and yeah, we'll keep monitoring to see. There might be other cases that cause it, and we'll keep fixing them.
There you go. All right, that's us for today, but we'll see you again tomorrow on the stream, next Thursday for State of the Game, all sorts of things. Do you want to join for a podcast on Tuesday?
Yeah.
I think we can.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll, and maybe Peter, podcast Tuesday. He gives the thumbs up. We'll do that. All right, we will see you soon. Have a great weekend, everyone, and hopefully you find Yannick rocking his defense build and you can kill him.
Sure.